One of the greatest homes of British motorsport and home to the British Grand Prix before Silverstone, the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, one of the classic touring car races, and many more things. We are here to the penultimate round of the GT3 division, live and exclusive here on Twitch.tv. Unless, of course, you are watching this on the YouTube recast. If you are, then, of course, make sure you drop a like, share, and subscribe to see much more from Excite Racing League. And it's I'm Pete Markroft, joining you here for live, uninterrupted coverage. With misqualifying, with mispractice, all kinds of crazy stuff has happened. We've only got 20 odd minutes left of warm-up, so I'm giving you a quick rundown of the drivers' positions at the moment. You can see at the top of the standings, you've got Ace Colour 15 on 201 points, Skanky Puppy on 133, but in for second place, the order's not quite correct. It's Football 67601 on 136. Now that means that he is 68 points behind with 75 points remaining on the board. So there's only a total of 8 points needed, and Ace Colour 15 has pretty much wrapped up this title. Even if Diogo Pinto won both this race and the Le Mans 24 simulation, unfortunately he would still fall short. So all eyes very much on the guys at the front. But let's get ourselves out, ready to go to the circuit. We've not got long before the race gets going. Talk about a quick start here, viewers. For those of you out there watching live and exclusive on Twitch.tv, of course, the chat box is open. Make sure you drop all your comments in where you can. Now, looking behind me at the moment, looks like there's no one else behind. So once those finalists go, we will be racing here for 1 hour, live and exclusive on Twitch.tv. So let's get out to the front as quick as possible. Just trying to get forward here in a moment. Into the start, we've got Fraser down in 7th place at the moment. Currently being chased behind Dan RC 2010 in 6th place. Then we've got Football 67601 in 5th place. 2nd place champion elect Jamie F430 on the formation lap here in the Aston Martin Vitor Vanquish in 4th position. Then we've got Ace Colour 15, only qualified 3rd here, but he pretty much sacks up the title if he finishes in that place. Wise the 3, one of the heroic racers of last week at the Nürburgring, did a fantastic job. He's in 2nd place, and then on pole position, Diogo Pinto, last week's winner after being fought very hard indeed by the Porsche RUF driver of Wise the 3. So moving further back through the field then, at the back of the field, we have Fraser Manchester with the Cobra 75 down in 8th place. Then we've got DB Kung in 9th, and then me at the back of the grid where I belong in the pavilion pretty much. So let's get forward to the front of the grid then to watch the opening runners. Going to ride on board with Ace Colour 15. Now this circuit here at the Brands Hatch is a very fast flowing circuit, narrow tarmac, but it's a very short circuit. A good lap time here is down in the 122, so we're going to see a lot of laps here. Unlike most of the races we saw like at the Nordschleife, we're going to see a lot of high-octane hydro action. Let's not forget as well that all the drivers are required to pit. So it'd be interesting to see who pulls those strategies and when they do it. Who's going to go more than once? Who knows? But Diogo Pinto leads from Wise to 3, then we've got Ace Colour 15 and Jamie F430. As I come down towards the final sector of the circuit, Diogo Pinto really slowing the field down here on this opening formation lap, wanting to make sure that he's got complete control of the field. Diogo Pinto's going to be winding up. You get the feeling he's going to be dropping the flag to go sooner rather than later. Ace Colour 15 desperately trying to warm his tyres, whereas behind him, Jamie F430 getting stuck in the wake a bit, and the camera's also getting stuck in the wake too. I don't quite know what's going on there. Looks like we've got a bit of a problem with the camera. That's the last thing we need. So moving back to Ace Colour 15, getting deep into the toe of Wise the 3. Jamie F430 is following. So's Football 67611. These drivers all nose to tail. Diogo Pinto has yet to blanch. He's yet to go. But the throws are going to stomp her right now. Ace Colour 15 almost goes into the back of Wise the 3. Caught up so much there. Jamie F430 in 4th place. Caught napping a bit, dropping third behind. Meanwhile, Football 67611 loving out to catch up with Jamie F430. Late lunge down to Panic Hill Bend. Just not bit closer to get close to the front here. Great opportunity to attack though. As now Jamie F430 gets deep on the inside of Ace Colour 15. He's going to fancy a move here. As meanwhile, behind him, Fraser Pants running away a bit wide at the Druid's hairpin there, didn't quite go around. Ace Colour 15 trying to go around the outside of Clark. It's going to be a great move if he makes this thing. Almost goes up the circuit. Jamie F430 now has got a great run at the inside, and it's an opportunity for him to take this position and go ahead of Ace Colour 15. And indeed he does. Ace Colour drops into 4th position, knowing full well that he's going to keep the title if he finishes there regardless, so I don't think he's too concerned by that. But Jamie F430 now leads off Ace Colour 15. Diogo Pinto in 1st place, Wise the 3 in 2nd. Then we go Football 67601 down in 5th place. Then we go in 6th place, Dan RC 2010, and then Fraser Pants 7th. So these top 7 drivers all coming up. No, Jamie F430, he's off the circuit, not sure what happened there, and that's allowed Ace Colour 15 to go back in front. But we go Football 67601, being attacked by Dan RC 2010, who thought by going around the outside and just not be able to get the grip there on this narrow, tight circuit. Already we're coming round for the opening lap here. Absolutely breathless stuff. RC20 looks at the inside, not close enough to attack football 676-1, who gets a better slingshot off the line there. Behind Ace Colour 15 is a battle for the podium position. Heading into the final corner, Stuart, really good opportunity here. Gets deep into the toe, going down the start-finish straight line. Already coming up for another lap. Second lap over in under 4 minutes. We're in for a classic race here with lots of laps on the board by the looks of things so far. Nose to tail in Paddock Hill Bend, but no one close enough to attack his Dayton. Dan RC20 us out of shape. That's allowed Jamie F430 to take a look around the outside of Druids, but he's just not close enough to make that move sticky. He now filters deep in behind football 676 number 1. Up ahead, meanwhile, battle joined once again between Wise the 3 and Diogo Pinto. Let's get some coverage of that for a short while. If the camera's going to follow us, that is, as Diogo Pinto goes wider line into the second part of the GP layout. For those of you watching live exclusively on the Twitch stream so far, I'm going to get the words out eventually. The chat box is open. You can get your comments in there and make sure you give us your opinions on this race. So Wise the 3 sizing at the back of Diogo Pinto, but he's just not closing up. Behind him, meanwhile, Ace Colour 15 is leading a whole train of cars. You got football 676-1, Dan RC 2010, Jamie F430, and at the back of that, we've also got Fraser Pants and the BMW M3. All these drivers really, really close here. Again, this is very much like a touring car race rather than a GT race. These drivers giving each other absolutely no room whatsoever. Ace Colour 15 going pushing to the outside. Meanwhile, Wise the 3 gets deep into the toe. And Diogo in the football 676-1 thinks about it. Oh, Jamie F430, the big move with Ace Colour 15 goes onto the grass, and now wants football 676-1 to go around the outside. Has he made this move stick? Yes, he has. RC 2010 tries to follow it through. He goes too wide. Collision. Ace Colour 15 hits the back of football 676-1, and he is off at the start finish straight. Well, the contact has put him rear end into the wall. He's got the engine to protect him, but Razorback looks at the back of Jamie F430. RC 2010 down to 5th place, and then ahead of them we've also got Ace Colour 15, the championship leader. I'm sure there is questions made about that move at the final corner. Was that a lunge? Was that a tap? Who knows? But needless to say, there'll be quite a black cloud over his race there. Football 676-1 will be slamming the steering wheel in frustration at that one to have lost out in such a way. Meanwhile, through third about Fraser Pants dives on the inside of Jamie F430, and that looks like a very nice sweeping move. He's got himself through. Jamie F430 tries to drag him back. Down on the inside, take down towards his very fast flowing curves. High speed corners, high downforce required. I don't think he's going to make anything stick here. Moving further on the field, look at Wise the 3 and Diogo Pinto. They've actually broken away as these guys all behind them are tussling so much that it's very much a repeat of last week's race at the Nordschleife. Wise the 3 has really come into his own at the end of this circuit this season, and Diogo Pinto once again leading from the front, leading from pole position, but Wisner is sticking with him. These two, if it wasn't for some unfortunate mistakes in the early part of the season, disconnects and disqualifications, this could have been a fabulous, fascinating three-way championship. As it is, Ace Colour 15 has got one hand on the trophy so far. Into Paddock Hill Bend. Wise the 3 things about going to the inside there. Diogo Pinto goes a little wider, trying a more Formula 1-esque cutback line. And meanwhile, Wise the 3 gets a great drive off the corner. Things on the inside of Druids, pulls out the move. Realises it's just not quite got enough grip. Meanwhile, behind him, Dan RC 2010 tries to go around the outside of Druids, or the outside of Ace Colour 15 onto the marbles. No grip out there, and Ace Colour 15 pulls away. Meanwhile, behind them, we've got, big twitch now from Ace Colour 15. Dan RC 2010 call out. Ace Colour 15's off the circuit. Ace Colour 15 almost drops it. And now whilst Fraser wants to get a look at the inside, Ace Colour 15 is down to 4th position. Absolutely monumental stuff here as we head through this classic British circuit, and you can really see the Fraser Pants hustling the back of Ace Colour 15. Gets deep into the top. Ace Colour 15 goes defensive to the inside. Fraser Pants thinks about an extra slipstream, just not close enough to attack there. Unlucky, didn't quite get his position there. Real opportunity gone. But RC 2010, he'll be happy about that, getting himself back towards the podium positions. As Wise the 3 gets over the inside curves, looking at the back of Diogo Pinto. There's a real chance here. The Porsche RUF driver really wants to get that victory. It's one of the few things that's eluded him so far in this season, and he's got an absolute chance here going into the final corner. Gets deep into the toe, really thinks about getting a drag down towards Paddock Hill Bend. It's where he's shown to be so good on the brakes here, and it's a real opportunity for this RUF driver. Thinks about diving at the inside, and once again Diogo Pinto just has the legs, and that is causing Wise the 3 to get all kinds of problems coming out of Paddock Hill Bend. down into Druids, the short straight doing it no fails, but Diogo Pinto goes deep, and allows Wise to 3 to a cleaner run off the inside of Druids here, and he might fancy slinking up the inside. We've seen a few drivers do this in British touring cars, but he's just not close enough, and now Wise to 3 thinks we're going on the inside, much like Fraser's about to try to do on Ace Cover D, and he's sticking with him. Ace Cover Wise to 3, going around the inside. Can Diogo Pinto cut him back? No, he can't. Wise to 3 goes into the lead with a beautiful clean pass, and Darcy 2010 has now started to catch these two on. Diogo Pinto, though, has shown himself to be a very, very aggressive racer in the past, and really been able to drag some performance out of his car, so do not write him off. We've only been 9 minutes so far in this race. There's 51 to go. It's a long way yet for these drivers. Diogo Pinto deep in the slipstream, trying to put muscle Wise to 3, much like he did out of Druids, making a mistake here. Wise to 3 has gone from the hunter to the hunted, and it's much easier to lead than be chased. But you can see that Diogo Pinto really nailed that corner and really got the power down, heading towards the final curve. Great opportunity now to get deep in the toe of Wise to 3, and we've seen that Diogo Pinto, big kick of dust there from Wise to 3 as he goes a bit too wide, and Diogo Pinto will see the loss of momentum. Fancy trying to go around the outside of Paddock Hill Bend. I've not seen that before, but Diogo Pinto gives it his all. They're side by side through Paddock. They brush tyres, brush wings, but neither driver goes off the circuit. Very, very close driving indeed. These two putting on a clinic once again for the Nordschleifer, but now Dan RC 2010 has joined the battle. It's a three-way scrap here for the lead. Dan RC 2010 will fancy his chances now, because Wise to 3 and Diogo Pinto show that they can race nose to tail over the long hills and crest of the Nordschleifer, so he'll fancy his chances here at Brands Hatch GP. Gets in his middle the turn there. Dan RC 2010 forcing Diogo Pinto on the defensive, and that's the blessing in disguise for Wise to 3, because that now allows him to get the power down and start to pull away from the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish as Wise to 3 leads for RUF. Running through by JBF 430, side by side with Ace Kill 15, tries to go around the outside. Ace Kill 15 sticking with it, no, both drivers off. Both drivers make contact into the back tyre wall, and that allows the BMW racer to go through. Ace Kill 15 down to 6th position. Once again in the wars, and you get the feeling that the pressure of holding that title crown for Ace Kill 15 is starting to toll here, and he's really losing ground at the front of the order. But the good news for him is that Skarky Puppy is not in this race, and Football 67611 for now is behind him. JBF 430 fancying a move on Ace Kill 15. Let's get back to this battle at the front here into Paddock Hill Bend. And Dan RC 20 gets a nice clean ball on the inside of Ace Kill, Diogo Pinto. And he fancies looking at the inside of Druids, gets late on the brakes there. Diogo Pinto sees him coming, covers him off, and Wise to 3 goes around the outside just to make sure these drivers have all got room for each other. Really close stuff here as Dan RC 20 gets deep on the inside, goes a bit too wide there though, and allows Diogo Pinto to get a clean momentum heading into the middle circuit. Diogo Pinto fancies trying to do what Wise to 3 did a couple of laps earlier. Wise to 3 covers him off, takes a sweeping line, and Dan RC 2010 now gets deep in the toe of Diogo Pinto, really up close to the back of that Aston Martin's wing. Dan RC 2010 really attacking the back of Diogo Pinto, but the draft from Wise to 3 is allowing Dio to drop him for now, but Wise to 3 clinging up by a friend. Meanwhile, we've got another car up ahead, already close to being lapped. We've only been going this race for the first quarter of an hour, and we may be in danger of lapping a car. Indeed, he pulls onto the grass. Make sure he gets out of the way. Good driving from that BMW M3 driver there. As Dan RC 2010 goes around the inside of the penultimate series of curves here. Diogo Pinto trying to stay ahead, trying to get a clean break, but Dan RC 2010 is giving him absolutely no room. Heading into the final bend down towards Paddock Hill. A real opportunity now for Dan RC 2010 as Diogo Pinto gets a little wide. Dan RC 2010 kicks up the dust though. These three drivers all really battling hard here. Really close stuff for these drivers heading into Paddock Hill Bend. A real opportunity now for Dan RC 2010, who gets a decent run on the back of through Paddock Hill Bend on the back of Diogo Pinto. But Diogo Pinto is using that draft from Wise to 3, and Diogo Pinto fancies a lunge up the inside of Druids here. And that's allowing Dan RC 2010. He might think about using Wise to 3 as a way to slipstream past Diogo Pinto. Very intelligent driving there, but Dan RC 2010 just lacks the legs at the moment. However, that BMW Z4 is really mixing it with these guys here at Brands Hatch. And Aston Martin, V12 Vanquish and the RUF, three totally different manufacturers, all really putting on a clinic of close racing here. We're not even into the first 15 minutes of this race yet, and already these drivers have been absolutely nose to tail. Really close stuff. Dan RC 20 gets a better run on the outside there as Diogo Pinto tries to get closer to the back of Wise to 3. Meister 3 though is really making it difficult. Danasi 2010 almost off the circuit there. You can only see the lap times of Danasi 2010 to the 124s. Looking ahead meanwhile, 124.6 and a 124.7 from Diogo Pinto. So these drivers all very close on pace. Oh, what's this from Diogo Pinto? Tries to go around the outside of Meister 3. That's an opportunity here for Diogo Pinto on the Aston Martin, who gets a nice clean line, swooping off the inside. Meister 3 goes very, very defensive. Goes to the inside pit wall. Diogo Pinto tries to split him like splitting the atom. Heading into Panico Bend. He might force Meister 3 wide here. And that's allowed Danasi 2010 to really get close to the back of him. Heading into Druids. Both drivers trying to split around the outside, much like the classic battle between Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher at the 2001 Spa Grand Prix. But neither driver finding room to get by on the inside at the moment. All lying astern as Danasi 2010 really struggling, trying everything he can to get past here. But Danasi 2010 is just really not finding the grip. And in the background there, Fraser Pants has started to close the gap. All of a sudden, the field's starting to bunch back up again after only a quarter of an hour. Moving in the back of Diogo Pinto as he gets better line off the corner from Danasi 2010, so that gives him a bit of breathing room for now over the BMW Z4 driver. Oh, very, very twitchy there from Diogo Pinto. You saw the car snaking left and right, fighting for grip. And Danasi 2010 has seen that. He'll want to jump all over that and give himself a chance of sniffing a victory. Diogo Pinto, second place. Oh, Danasi 2010 gets much better run off the bat there. Diogo Pinto going very defensive. Heading into the final corner. Meister 3 got a little bit of breathing room heading down towards Panico Bend. Another lap completed. Totally different kettle of fish to last week at the Nordschleife. This is a really close, fast flow, sweeping circuit here. Heading in towards Panico Bend, and Meister 3 gets a decent line at the start of the corner. Is he going to get a good run on the inside? Yes, he is. But Diogo Pinto and Danasi 2010 seem to kiss the apex that little bit better. Heading into Druids, Diogo Pinto fancies a late lunge, almost goes into the side of the RUF of Meister 3 there. Danasi 2010 goes around the outside to ensure he doesn't collect the drivers, but that's cost him a couple of crucial tenths of a second. All of you so far silent in the chat box. Maybe you're all enthralled by a really close touring car-ass race here. If you are, then I can't say that I blame you. Heading off the middle part of the circuit now, you can see Danasi 2010 really attacking, really doing everything he can to get close to the back of Diogo Pinto. But Diogo Pinto gets much closer to the back of Meister and thinks about diving up the inside through the high downforce section. Not a conventional overtaking place, but maybe you can catch someone off guard. Danasi 2010 fancies repeating the same manoeuvre on him, gets deep in the toe. The BMW Z4 really bringing his horses to the forefront here from out underneath the body, but Diogo Pinto really hanging around the inside, and Danasi 2010 now going around the outside, trying to go sweep around the inside, and both side by side. Danasi 2010, has he made this move stick? Yes, he has! Oh, but Diogo Pinto spun! I don't know if there was contact with Danasi 2010, but Diogo Pinto spins into the barricade, and that's caused him to come up behind Ace Killer 15 and Jamie F430. Diogo Pinto is down to 7th place. Fraser Pants now on the podium, and you can see that Danasi 2010 getting close to the back of Meister 3. Well, that is absolute commiserations for Diogo Pinto, because he was really battling hard there, and both drivers were side by side through that corner, and it makes you wonder if there was a bit of a time where either one of them should have got discretion being the better part of valour. But either way, there was big contact, and Diogo Pinto is into the barricade. Now, he's not retired from the race from what I can see, but Fraser Pants is now in 3rd, then he got Ace Killer 15 in 4th, and then he got Jamie F430 in 5th place in the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish. Ace Killer 15 definitely at the moment on course to win the title here today at the Brands Hatch Grand Prix. He's currently on 12 points, and he only needs 8. So he can afford to come behind. Oh, sorry, he's on 10 points so far. He only needs 8, so he can even come behind Jamie F430. But so far, Ace Killer 15 on to get those critical points before the double points race at the Circuit de la Sarthe for the Le Mans prototype race in 2 weeks' time. Meanwhile, Football 67611 trying to mop up the pieces after that disastrous open lap collision between himself and Ace Killer 15. Then Cobra 75 down in 7th, but Diogo Pinto all the way in 8th with very heavy damage on the front of the Aston, and then way at the back, very slow indeed, DB Kung in the BMW M3. Meanwhile, look at this, Jamie F430 fancies to move on the back of Ace Kill 15. Now that's interesting. Oh, RC 2010 is coming to his pit stop. He's coming early. Now that's a very interesting call, very brave call. Maybe he's thinking about going long with a new set of tyres and undercutting Wise the 3 the long way round. But JBF 430 now gets deep in the toe of Ace Killer 15. I think these two are probably the closest to the circuit at the moment. Indeed, as Wise the 3 has got a decent lead over Fraser Pan, so we're right on board here with the championship leader, Ace Killer 15, leading JBF 430, who's having a real renaissance today. A driver who has not had the greatest of pace in the last few races, but has really brought it to the field when it's mattered most so far. And those of you watching at the moment live and exclusively on twitch.tv, the Excite Racing League, I am Pete Markoff for the PlayStation 4 GT3 division. We are at the penultimate round here at the Brands Hatch GP, live and exclusive on twitch.tv. If you are watching the YouTube recast, make sure you drop a like, share and subscribe to see much more from Excite Racing League, both on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. If you're new to League Racing and want to get involved, whether you're on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, sign up to our forum, exciteracingleague.com. We're more than happy to discuss new terms and get new drivers. We're coming into the final corner now. JBF 430 is really on a charge here, heading towards Panaco Bend. And Ace Killer 15 going a bit wide, almost into the grass there. JBF 430 and the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish fancying his chances, battling with the championship leader, heading into Panaco Bending. Because Ace Kill 15 going for a more tighter line, swinging back into the curve. JBF 430 taking a more traditional line, heading into Druids. Any opportunity for JBF 430? Not quite close enough at the moment. For those of you out there watching this live and exclusively on Twitch, whether you're using the PlayStation Network or if you are using the PC and watching on the Twitch app or whatever, you can get your comments into the chat box here live and exclusively on Twitch. Or of course, if you are using the PlayStation Network, send a message to me, Swish Mode. I'll do what I can to get it read out for you. So meanwhile, these two drivers very much the closest on track at the moment, so we'll stay with them for now. JBF 430 really fancying his chances as he goes up against Ace Killer 15, who is, let's not forget, the championship leader. He's way out in front, only needs 8 points and he will claim his maiden championship with a race to spare. And with the final race being double points, that really shows just how critical those two races were at Bathurst and Laguna Seca, where Diogo Pinto was disqualified after winning. How much different would the championship be now if that had not happened? Heading on the final pit straight, JBF 430 deep in the toe of Ace Kill 15 in the RUF, but you get the feel that Ace Kill 15's just got the high ground here. It's a very tricky corner to overtake at Panaco Bend, purely because it's such a blind and deep crest. It's very, very tricky. It's kind of similar to the opening hairpin. That's entirely similar to the carousel in many ways, in the fact that it dips away from you. Unlike the carousel, it's not a 180 degree where it's banked all the way. But you still have that sense of elevation and the drop of the car going into a very deep bend. Panaco Bend, one of the real old-fashioned challenges that you find in British circuit racing. JBF 430 getting deep into the toe at the back of Ace Killer 15. Headlights ablaze, flicking his lights, but Ace Killer 15 not interested. He's pretty much shut up shop here because he's in position to take third place. More points than he needs. He's currently on course for 15 points as it stands. He only needs 8. And with football 67611 not in the battle at the moment. Oh, what's this? JBF 430 has dropped it completely of his own accord. Don't know what happened there. He just seemed to get a load of torque. And so much for the commentator. Commentator's curse or what? Football 67611 is now closing on the back of JBF 430. Football 67611 back into this race. It is not over yet. JBF 430 decides to go very, very late indeed for his pit stop. He's obviously felt that his tyres have gone, having made that critical spin. Coming out of Panaco Bend, Ace Killer 15 has got about 4 seconds so far on the football 67611. Fraser Pants in second place, about the same distance behind Wise the 3. So we are at that moment in the race where the field has spread out enough. RC 2010 goes back into 5th place. JBF 430 still in the box, and Diogo Pinto is going to pass him on track at the moment, but Diogo Pinto is yet to pit. So you don't really have any much hope of where he is on the circuit. Same with Cobra 25. Neither driver has actually been into the box. DB Kung, it's hard to know where he is considering he's already been lapped by the leaders. So, but moving further forward then, you can see that Dan RC 2010 now, trying to use the long game, looking at the back of Football 676-1, is trying to catch up to Ace Killer 15. And now we've got Fraser Pants in second, and out in front by quite a considerable margin now, it's Wise the 3, who's done a 1:24.3 as his fastest lap. That's a fantastic pace, considering that Fraser Pants' best lap was a 1:23.8 though. That shows that Fraser Pants is far from out of this. Fraser Pants has got plenty of pace. Dan RC 2010, 1:23.6 from him, 1:23.8 from Diogo Pinto. So there's definitely a lot of pace in these drivers, and there's very big depth in the field. Do not write any of these drivers off just yet. Meanwhile, DB Kung, I don't believe this, but Wise the 3 may be coming close to putting a second lap on him. DB Kung has been very much out of his class today, and if he carries on at this kind of pace, he may find himself struggling to be classified, where if he's so many laps behind the leaders. Ace Kill 15, trying to recover after that contact with Football 67601, finds himself in third place at the moment. Then you got Football 67601 not too far behind him in the RUF. Good recovery so far, but neither driver have been into the pits. Now you got Dan RC 2010, he went in very early. He's in 5th place, but he's not out of touch with these guys. And with the time it takes to go through the pit lane, that might be a good strategy. Diogo Pinto is 6th place, not too far ahead of Cobra. And the Jamie F430, having been into the pits, just coming out of Paddock Hill Bend. So I'm currently on lap 17 here. That shows you the difference between here and the Nordschleife. At the before even half distance point, we've done nearly 3 times the laps. It just goes to show what a difference can make when you're on a circuit which is much more appropriate for drivers to attack. Now, Football 676-1's coming to the pits now, so Dan RC 2010 is going to go back past him very quickly indeed. Diogo Pinto, meanwhile, where is he on circuit? Looks like he's just coming up to the final series of curves now. So this will be interesting. Can he break clear of Football 676-1? It looks pretty likely so far. Football 676-1 looks like he's still in the box. Diogo Pinto going through, but Football 676-1. Oh, this is going to be mightily tight here. Heading in towards the Paddock Hill Bend. Diogo Pinto swoops around the outside. Football 676-1 just has to filter into 6th place for now. But he's not too far behind Diogo Pinto. And Diogo Pinto has yet to stop. Jamie F430 off camera has got past Cobra 75. So that's a big, big victory for Jamie F430 because Cobra has yet to go into the pitch from what I'm aware of. And Jamie F430 has passed him on the circuit before that. So he's now got very much a pit stop in his pocket. Now, Diogo Pinto recovering battle and drive here in 5th place at the moment. Dan RC 2010 trying to do all he can, the BMW Z4, to get himself back towards the front of the field. Then we've got Ace Kill 15 coming up to the final corner now. Is he going into the pits? No, he's not. He's staying out. Fraser Pants is 2nd place, and then Wise the 3 gone off Paddock Hill Bend, and he's very much on his way to a maiden victory, but we've still got more than half of this race to go. You can't count your chickens because it's not over until the checkered flag falls. Ace Kill 15 comes round Druids, looking at the back of DB Kung in the BMW M3, and DB Kung very, very much a guest driver, almost like a gentleman driver at Le Mans. His pace is such a disparity. Look at DB Kung's best lap time, it's a 1:29.9. Well, 1:26.6, sorry, which is still versus a 26.5 from Cobra, and everyone else after that is the 25s and below. So very much outpaced. Diogo Pinto in 5th position, trying to catch up to the back of Football 676-1. Football 676-1 in 6th place, trying to catch up to Dan RC 2010. But Dan RC 2010 started to pull away here, and don't forget Dan RC's been into the pits. So that allows him a great opportunity now to break away. Ace Kill 15 coming off the middle part of the circuit, flashing his headlights at DB Kung, and DB Kung obliges. gets out of his way. Meanwhile, overhead in the BMW M3, Fraser Panther's yet to stop, and neither has Weiss the 3. But unfortunately, we have got a bit of field spread here, viewers, so it is giving us a bit of an issue where the drivers are a bit far apart. Now, if we want to just take another quick look at these championship standings, you can see how close it is at the front there. You got 201 points from Ace Killer 15. The closest rival is Football 676-1 on 136. Now, that's a big way behind for what 136 versus 68. So if Football 676-1 scored 0 points and then 7 points went to Ace Killer 15, the title would be very much his. But at the moment, Football 676-1 down in 6th place is good enough only for 8 points. Ace Killer 15 is currently on for 15. Now, the issue there is very simple. Football 676-1 had to win this race. There's no doubt about it. If Football 676 wanted to have any sniff of a title at Le Mans, he had to score heavily, and Ace Killer scored very lightly. So far, that's not happening. However, we're only just coming up to the halfway point. There's a long way to go. Weiss the 3 bypasses the pits. He's not going to stop. Meanwhile, Fraser Pants looks like he's taking a tight line here. Is he going in? No, he isn't. Now, Ace Kill 15 is yet to pit as well. Takes the tight line, doesn't go into the box. Dan RC 2010, we know he's already been in, so he doesn't have to stop again theoretically. It's a question as to whether he can keep it going, whether he's got the pace. Then Diogo Pinto down in 5th place. He's very much out of this race now, you get the feeling of. He's got a very mightily damaged car, and he's also lost a lot of time. Football 676-1 slipping further back from Diogo Pinto, and this is just kind of underlining that collision that he had with Ace Killer 15 has robbed him of his confidence to be able to get close here. And with neither Diogo Pinto mathematically out of it completely, and Skarky Puppy not here to race, so far, if the scores remain the way they are, we are going to crown a new champion this weekend ahead of the Le Mans 24-hour simulation over 2 hours at the Circuit de la Sarthe in France. So Diogo Pinto gets it deep into the headlights. As you can see, the sun's starting to set here at Brands Hatch. Dan RC 2010, his pace is pretty strong, but you can see on his last lap, he did a 124.3 versus a 124.8 from Ace Killer 15. But both Weiss the 3 and Fraser Pants outpaced him up ahead. So you can definitely sense that the field isn't closing up to the way that Dan RC 2010 wants it. Dan RC 2010, though, will be happy to have come 4th. He showed last week decent performance at the Nordschleife, but this week it's all about... Now, Fraser Pants is in. Fraser Pants has gone into the box, so that allows Ace Killer 15 to swoop on ahead. Dan RC 2010 kicks up the grass. Now, this is going to be interesting. Dan RC 2010 has been into the pits already, so if he gets ahead, we are going to be looking at a genuine scrap here. And Fraser Pants is pit garage boards walks away. He's still not setting out, so that's it. And actually, Diogo Pinto is going to get past him more than likely here. Coming on the start-finish rails, Diogo Pinto will fancy his chances as Fraser Pants gets over the pit stage speed limits line, gets on the gas, but Diogo Pinto has flown on through into 4th place. Football 676-1 not close enough behind to take advantage. So it's very much a case now of Fraser Pants on fresh rubber. We've seen the pace that he can do, and he's managed half a race before he's had to go into the pit and do anything to his car. So he now could be an unexpected contender for a podium position. He's probably too far behind to affect the leaders. Then again, as Dan RC 2010 puts a lap on Cobra 75, you never know, because it only takes a low, slow pit stop or a spin or a collision, and the whole field changes. It is amazing though, viewers, that last week where we had the race at the Nordschleife, it was 13 miles long circuit, 128 corners. Both Diogo Pinto and Weiss the 3 battled for nearly 3/4 of an hour. If you haven't seen that race, go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/Excite Racing League, and check that race out because it's amazing. For those of you watching on the stream at the moment, watching the replay on YouTube, I hope you had a chance to check that race out. But if you haven't, you're missing a classic. Get out there and watch it. Now, Weiss the 3 is not too far ahead of Ace Killer 15, but he is quite clear of Dan RC 2010, who's coming just round to Paddock Bend. Meanwhile, Diogo Pinto not too far behind him, and Fraser Pants closing the gap all the time. So we might start to see the field bunch up a little more as the sun starts to set here at Brands Hatch Grand Prix Circuit, live and exclusively on Twitch.tv, Excite Racing League with the PlayStation 4 GT division. I'm Pete Markov, bringing you live, uninterrupted coverage. No far, you've all said absolutely nothing in the chat box. Get your comments in here, we want to hear from you. Meister 3 has done all he had to do at the moment. He's pulled away from Ace Colour 15. He's got a pretty solid gap at the moment. His pace is very good, strong at the 24.5. He's not had the fastest overall lap, but you don't win the race by setting the fastest lap. You win the race by crossing the start-finish line, and consistency of pace is far more important than one lap shot glory. Now, Dan RC 2010 though has started to catch up a little bit on the back of Ace Colour 15, but again he just looks too far behind. It's a matter of what happens at the pit stops really. How close are Wisner 3 and Dan and Ace Colour 15? Are they going to come out into the path of Dan RC 2010? Meanwhile, Diogo Pinto looking to put a lap on the back of Cobra 75. Another driver who's been quite slow here, Cobra 75, not really brought the pace, but he's still committed his racing performance and done all he can to appear on the grid. But Diogo Pinto, he will be livid at that collision that he had. Great drive for Cobra 75 though, went into the gravel to get totally out of the way to ensure he didn't hold up Diogo Pinto. Dan RC 2010 looks at the back of Ace Killer 15, but Ace Killer 15, well, he's just too far ahead. So championship leader in second place, currently on for 18 points. It's a question of whether he's going to remain there because his pace, while solid, doesn't look like it's done enough to break away. Still, anything can happen. And Ace Colour 15 has still got a chance here to take the title. Wisner 3 now leading on as the sun sets here over Panakill Bend. Ace Colour 15, let's round on board. Is he going to go into the pit lane here? Yes, he is. Ace Colour 15 goes in, so let's ride on board with Dan RC 2010. And I get the feeling Dan RC 2010 is going to swoop on by quite easily here. Because looking at the pits, Ace Colour 15 has yet to even reach his marks. Just pulls up now as Dan RC 2010 goes around the final curve, heading on down towards Panakill Bend. This looks like it's going to be absolutely easy pickings. But Dan RC 2010 into second place he goes. Now Diogo Pinto, meanwhile, yet to stop. So he's going to swoop on through to third place. But Fraser Pants, he has stopped. And I get the feeling Fraser Pants is going to leap on through. Indeed he does. So what Ace Killer 15 has come out behind both Fraser Pants and also Dan RC 2010. Now what does that say for the race leader, Wisner 3? Wisner 3 could be in serious trouble here if he's not got a big enough gap. Wisner 3 coming through the final sector on towards the start-finish straight. He can't afford to mess up now. We're coming close to the 2/3 of the way through the race. 23 minutes to 52 seconds to go. Is he going to pull into the box? No, he isn't. Wisner 3 is trusting his tyres. Wisner 3 is not giving up here. Dan RC 2010 now in second place. Got a few seconds over Diogo Pinto. Now he's very much out of this race, having not yet been into the box from what I'm aware of. And then Ace Colour 15, who has been in the box, down in 5th place. So he will not be happy. So come on behind Fraser Pants and Diogo Pinto. Dan RC 2010 rounds the final bend. No point into the pitch from him. Meanwhile, Wisner 3 leads the race at the moment. He's got a decent gap over Dan RC 2010. Almost half a circuit. Now that could prove critical here. That could be just enough for him to get into the pits, get on his tyres or whatever he's got to do to his car and get out in front. Dan RC 2010 though is going to try and make this a battle as much as possible. Dan RC 2010 wants that winner's rosary. He wants to have the chance to go on top of the stop of the podium. But Wisner 3 so far has been pretty much peerless after that great overtake on Diogo Pinto in the early throws of the race within the first 15 minutes. He's been naturally leading out in front. Diogo Pinto tries to catch up to the back, and meanwhile Fraser Pants given a great opposition behind him, but he's just too far behind, just not close enough to make this work. Then we've got Ace Colour 15, who's pretty much in a recovery drive at the moment, but he's in 5th place. on for 10 points, and he's ahead of Football 67611. So if the results are as they are, it will be irrelevant for Race Colour 15. He will be champion. It doesn't matter if you fall over the line, as long as you get over the line, that's all that matters. Meanwhile, Fraser Pants in the BMW M3, trying to attack, trying to get close to the podium. Down on Diogo Pinto in the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish, headlights ablaze over this circuit as the sun starts to go down into the final corner. Dan RC 2010 hooks the inside bend, a little bit of tail slip on the outside, not enough to rob him of any grip. Meanwhile, heading on to the start-finish pit straight line down towards Paddock Hill Bend, Diogo Pinto, after that monumental accident earlier in the race, never really recovered, down in third place at the moment. Then we've got Fraser Pants doing a great opportunity here for BMW M3. He's in fourth place. Then we've got Ace Killer 15 in the RUF. He's currently on enough points to take the title here at Brands Hatch Grand Prix, ahead of the Le Mans 24-hour simulation at the Circuit de la Sarthe, as his closest rival in the championship, Football 67611, is behind him on the circuit and is 68 points behind him in the championship. So this will be enough for him to win the title today. Jamie F430, meanwhile, is 7th place. I've been disappointed to have fallen off after the early tussles he had with Ace Killer 15. Cobra 75 very much at the back of the field, and then right at the back is DB Kung. Credit to him, he stayed the course, but he's very, very much off the pace here, it has to be said. Lap 27, can you believe how many laps we've had so far? Oh, speaking of mistakes, I told you it could happen! That RC 2010 has gone off the circuit on the inside, and that might be enough now for Wise the 3 to be able to pull away and do enough in the pit to retain the lead. So Dan RC 2010 being followed now by Diogo Pinto into the final corner. Diogo Pinto side by side with Dan RC 2010 into Paddock Hill Bend. Both drivers brush tyres and they push each other up. Big collision, big accident. Dan RC 2010 goes bits of the wall near side first. Diogo Pinto straight inside. Both drivers stuck their wheels together. Neither driver yielded. It was pretty much a case of the unstoppable force and the immovable object. Both drivers into the wall. Diogo Pinto will be furious with that. He had the inside line, but Darcy 2010 was always going to come back across him. Both drivers got their cars stuck together, and both drivers just went straight on into the tyre wall. Very lucky to not retire there. That was a big impact. Ace Killer 15 looking at the back of this now, as Fraser Pants stands his chances of catching up to the pair of them. Meanwhile, Weisner 3 is still yet to go into the pits. He's going the long game here. He wants to trust his tyres to not fall off the rims. And Diogo Pinto getting a decent performance deep into the toe. Really pushing that BMW Z4 as much as he can. The Aston Martin V12 engine roaring along with him. Heading into the middle part of this circuit. Great opportunity now as he gets deep in the inside. Diogo Pinto watches Dan RC 2010 make a bit of a mess for that penultimate corner, and Diogo Pinto fancies swimming around the outside. This would be a brave move. He's just too far behind at the moment, and Diogo Pinto filters in behind him, gets into the slipstream. Dan RC 2010 now getting on the inside corner, very defensive, goes to the middle of the circuit. Diogo Pinto going to try and go around the outside of him and swoop around back, but he's lost the grip. It was filtering away from him, and now behind them, look at this, Fraser Pants in the BMW M3 has closed up behind, heading into Druids. Dan RC 2010 is a tighter line. Diogo Pinto tries to go around the outside. Not enough room to make that happen, but Fraser Pants now making this a three-way dance for second, third and fourth, and that's music to the ears of Wise the 3, who's very much out in front on his own at the moment. Fraser Pants getting under the wing of Diogo Pinto in the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish. Fraser Pants has really put on a great clinic so far today. He's battled hard, he's raced well, heading in towards this middle sector where it's all about high-speed downforce. No drivers really got that in the GT car, but you can see the Fraser Pants now really deep in the toes. Diogo Pinto makes a mistake, goes wide to the outside, of Fraser Pants takes the middle line and goes, "Thank you very much, I will have that." So Diogo Pinto falls down to fourth position, but he's fastest driver on the inside here. Great opportunity, but he's just too far behind to get a move on the inside. Dan RC 2010 now makes a bit of a mistake, and Fraser Pants fastest go around the outside. And Dan RC 2010, I don't know if he'll let him through there, but either way, he's got past, and Fraser Pants is now in second place. But Diogo Pinto looking at the back of these drivers as much as possible into the final corner. Diogo Pinto in the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish getting deep under the toe. Dan RC 2010 is in the box again. Dallas 2010 pits for the second time. And Wise the 3 now has almost certainly won this race. Wise the 3, that gap has come down, so I get a feeling he may have just got into the pits here. Wise the 3, let's look at his lap time. Yes, indeed, a 1:52.9. He went into the pits on the last lap, so Wise the 3 has pitted and come out ahead of both Fraser Pants and Diogo Pinto. So Diogo Pinto now down in third place. Great recovery drive after that collision with Ace Killer 15, who's now in fourth position. Ace Killer 15 very much in the pound seats to take the title now as we come into the final 16 minutes of this race here at Brands Hatch Grand Prix, live and exclusive on Twitch.tv. I'm Pete Marker for Excite Racing League's PlayStation 4 GT3 division, unless of course you are watching on the YouTube recast. If you are, please drop a like, share and subscribe to see more from Excite Racing League, and check out the forum exciteracingleague.com and the Twitter channel at League XRL. There's also a Facebook page for Excite Racing League out there as well. Get in, put your elbows involved, get your comments in, we want to hear from you. Fraser Pants now looking at the back, leading on for ahead of Diogo Pinto as Meister 3 has already cleared them, and Diogo Pinto now falling further away from Fraser Pants into the clutches of Ace Killer 15. Ace Killer 15 has been into the pitch, we know that much, so he's going to try and hang on as much as he can. Football 67601, Del RC 2010 behind him in 6th place. Well, he's going to run a very fast pace, but he's not going to be able to catch up the time here. You'd be surprised if he's going to go quick enough to close the time on a pit stop. Diogo Pinto hanging around the outside of Druids. Looks at the back of Fraser Pants in the BMW M3. Great opportunity here for Ace Killer 15 to just hang back and collect the points. He doesn't need to go for glory. He does not need to take the points away. All he needs to do is hang on and take the title. Diogo Pinto looking at the back of the BMW M3 of Fraser Pants. And another podium position potentially here for the BMW driver, who's been very, very solid indeed. Behind him in third, we've got Diogo Pinto, and then Ace Killer 15 hanging on to those title holds. Football 67601 trying to dent them as much as possible, but he's not going to catch up to Wise the 3, and that is going to hand the title to the great performance from Ace Killer 15, who's done enough this season to dethrone Skanky Puppy. Meanwhile, Diogo Pinto heading on to the final pit straight, looking at the back of Fraser Pants in the BMW M3. Ace Killer 15 not too far adrift of these drivers, but you get the feeling that there's just not going to be enough time as the sun starts to descend. We are very close to the end of this race now. Moving further ahead, Wise the 3 has got a nice gap. He's actually opened up a little bit over Fraser Pants. So Wise the 3 can afford to take it easy, drive relatively within himself. We've got about another 11 laps here, and then after that the race is going to be over. And we've unbelievably done 32 laps, so we could be on for as many as 44 laps here at the race of Brands Hatch. That's absolutely extraordinary compared to the 7 that we got, not the 8 even, that we got on the Nordschleife. Diogo Pinto looking at the back of, oh, big mistake there as he goes over the inside, over the outside, coming onto the grass. That's going to allow Ace Killer 15 in the RUF to start closing the gap on Diogo Pinto and the Aston Martin. Meanwhile, you've got Fraser Pants and the BMW M3 doing a great job so far, and he's pulled out that gap a little bit on Diogo Pinto. Wise the 3, meanwhile, has done more than enough at the front. He's hanging on, but again, we've seen before our drivers go in for last-minute pit stops. We've seen the accidents and we've seen the mistakes. You can't afford to assume that you've got the title, because until you've seen that checkered flag, you are not the victor. Fastest lap time rundown, you can see a 1:24.2 from Wise the 3, 1:23.7 from Fraser Pants, 1:23.2 from Diogo Pinto, 24.0 from Ace Killer, 24.9 from Football 67621, down RC 20 on 23.6, and a 24.1 from Jamie F430, before you got Cobra 75 on a 26.5, and then actually DB Kung responded on a 25.8. So all the drivers pace quite similar, but not similar enough to be able to keep themselves locked in battle throughout this race here. The final race is coming up after this. It's a 2-hour special length race at the Circuit de la Sarthe at Le Mans, France. That's a race not to be missed. It's in LMP1. So we're actually going up to prototypes, and it's double points. So anything can happen there. The way the points are at the moment, Ace Colour 15 will not be able to be caught no matter what. However, there's still a chance for someone to snatch second place. Diogo Pinto, who's currently hovering down the lower echelons of the points here. We take another look one more time at the scoreboard. You can see that Diogo Pinto showing us 5th place at the moment on 123. He's actually in 4th. You can see the Football 676 on 136. So it's all to play for between those two drivers for who's going to be the runner-up best of the rest at the moment behind Ace Colour 15. But again, the race is not over. Ace Colour 15 could yet retire. Football 67601 could find miraculous pace to take the lead. It's probably not going to happen with 11 minutes to go, but never ever say never. Meister 3 getting a good run on the outside as Football 6 as Fraser Pants doing a decent job for BMW. Diogo Pinto has fallen away in the Aston Martin. I get the feeling he wants the 15 points that are on offer for 3rd place. But Ace Colour 15 has actually started to close the gap. Ace Colour 15 might want to take the title on the podium. We saw many years ago in 2009 when Jenson Button won the World Championship at Interlagos, having finished 6th place, purely because of the way the positions ended at the end of the race. So you don't have to be on the podium to be champion. Meister 3, we saw him pit earlier in the race. There's no reason for him to go back into the pits. Indeed, he goes right on by. Meanwhile, Fraser Pants not too far behind him in the BMW M3. So this race battle is not yet over as we go on to the 35th lap here at Brands Hatch with 10 minutes remaining. So we're looking very much pretty for quite a few more laps to come just yet. We're probably looking at another 8 laps, maybe 9, and then after that the race will be over. Oh, big drift for Fraser Pants, he's actually lost grip. He's lost pace, and Diogo Pinto might fancy taking an opportunity here out the exit of Druids. Diogo Pinto sniffs an opportunity to get second place, finishing best of the rest behind Weister 3, as Ace Colour 15 plods along in 4th place, not too far behind, not affected by this so far. Into the final 10 minutes, Diogo Pinto in the Aston Martin Vitor Vanquish, hanging on the 3rd place, Ace Colour 15 in 4th place. There we go, Football 67601, who's just got DanRC 2010 all over him, so all of a sudden we've got a battle out of nowhere, but DanRC 2010 loses critical grip and pace, and that allows Jamie F430 to come at him. Well, where has this come from? Suddenly we've got a battle all over again right at the foot of the points here, as Jamie F430 in the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish gets close to the back of DanRC 2010 in the BMW Z4, heading through towards this high downforce, high speed section. DanRC 2010 in the BMW Z4 getting enough grip so far, but Jamie F430, the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish, he'll fancy his chances to get back into this and get himself higher than 7th place, which would be a good result for him, would get him a total of 6 points. DanRC 2010 looking at the back of Football 676 number 1, and he's got a good throw off the final corner, heading on towards Paddock Hill Bend. DanRC 2010 gets deep in the toe. Is he going to fancy a late lunch, or is he going to hang on for Druids? He thinks about it, takes a half-committed move, decides to go for the extra grip around the outside, try and get the big slingshot off, and go on the inside of Druids, gets deep on the brakes, but he's just not close enough. And now Jamie F430 in the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish really gets a good run off Druids and fancies a move here on DanRC 2010. DanRC 2010 just too far ahead of him at the moment, but he goes up the circuit, makes a mistake, and Jamie F430 might fancy doing it. Weiser 3 did on Diogo Pinto, and he gets covered off by DanRC 2010, who's out on the toe of Football 67601 in the RUF. The Dayglow Porsche looking great so far. DanRC 2010 hanging on, doing all he can. Moving further up, Ace Colour 15 still in 4th position, but Weister 3! Weister 3's in 3rd! What's happened here? Fraser Pants in 1st place! Diogo Pinto is 2nd! Weister 3 is down to 3rd! What's happened? Weister 3 is off the podium, and he was way out in front. What did I tell you? Anything can happen in GT racing, and it usually does. They cut away to show one small battle at the back of the field, and the lead changes hands again. Diogo Pinto can hardly believe his luck. He's on for 18 points, and Fraser Pants on course for a victory. Where has this come from? Ace Killer 15 now sniffs an opportunity to get close to the back of Wise the 3 and take a final podium position and steal the title in real opportunistic fashion. What the hell has happened here? Wise the 3 off into third place. Ace Killer 15 doing all he can to close up to the back of Wise the 3, who's trying everything possible to get onto the slipstream of Diogo Pinto and make his way through. Meanwhile, ahead of them, Fraser Pants has now got a cushion, and he's only got 6.5 minutes to go, which is pretty much 4 and a bit laps. This is a real opportunity. If Fraser Pants coming over the start-finish line, he's going to make it with a few seconds left on the clock, so we are going to have just over 4 laps by the looks of it. Heading into the start-finish line, there he goes, onto lap 38. So meanwhile, we've got Diogo Pinto in the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish being followed by Wise the 3 in the RUF. Just when you thought it was all over, Wise the 3, I'm not sure if it was a mistake, not sure if a backmarker took him out or if he had a problem, but either way, he's down into third position. Heading through Druids, getting a decent look at the back of Diogo Pinto. Diogo Pinto attacking as much as possible, but Wise the 3 closing the gap, and behind them so is Ace Killer 15. Now this plays very much into the hands of your current race leader, Fraser Pants, who was not anywhere in qualifying, was down in 7th place, but it just goes to show patience and suave make all the difference. Wise the 3 looking at the back of that blue and yellow Aston Martin V12 Vanquish, almost like the colours of Lufthansa, and you can see that the performance of the RUF is great off the corners, but whether it's got lacking in pace in the straight line or not, I don't know. But Diogo Pinto just about able to cling on to second place as the headlights start to come out. Up ahead once again, Fraser Pants coming into the final corner. We're definitely going to have at least 3 more laps, if not 4 here. So Diogo Pinto now has got Wise the 3 all over the back of him, going through the final bend, heading down towards Paddock Hill. Real opportunity from Wise the 3 to sling this up the inside, but once again Diogo Pinto just has the straight to pull away. Heading into Paddock Hill bend, Wise the 3 takes a slightly nervy line there, and that allows Ace Killer 15 to get closer to the back of him. Heading into Druids, is Wise the 3 going to sling up the inside? No, he's not. But Jamie F430 goes a little wide on the corner, and that's allowing Wise the 3 and the RUF to close the gap. Up ahead, meanwhile, you can see that the lap times are tumbling away here. A 1:24 and a 1:25, so the pace has dropped off from these guys. As Ace Killer 15 can only look on as Wise the 3 tries to repeat the move he did on Diogo Pinto at the start of the race. Not successful this time. Now Ace Killer 15 joins the battle. His headlights are ablaze on the back of Wise the 3. And you guys actually watch on. Ace Killer 15 here might fancy taking a podium and sniffing away a victory, giving himself a chance to take the title as we head towards the middle of this fast-flowing series of right-hand bends. Wise the 3 is in the corner sandwich between Diogo Pinto and Ace Killer 15, between the hammer and the anvil. Wise the 3 tries to down at the inside, not got enough room there. Diogo Pinto resists and shoves him off. Ace Killer 15 now joining the fray here. All these 3 battles very close. Ace Killer 15 get a good run on the outside using the back of Diogo Pinto. But Wise the 3 want to move around the outside. This will be if he can make this thing. Oh, Diogo Pinto was defensive. And Ace Killer 15 splits the pair of them to go into second place. Diogo Pinto got so hung up on being defensive. That was an Alonso-esque opportunist move there from Ace Killer 15 to dive into second place and put an iron grip on this title trophy. What a performance that was! Diogo Pinto aggressively defending on Wise the 3, and it was all to no avail as Ace Killer 15 did the pair of them, and now Diogo Pinto goes wide, and Wise the 3 goes, thank you very much, I'll have some of that, and goes through. So he's made the move stick as Diogo Pinto goes wide off the circuit. Have his tyres failed him? Has Diogo Pinto ruined his tyres here? And he lost a load of pace as a result of that. On lap 40 here at Brands Hatch Grand Prix layout. Weiser 3 in third place again. Ace Colour 15. What a charge this has been to get himself back to second. But Fraser Pants, hats off to you, my friend, because unless you do something monumentally silly, you're going to be a victory here at Brands Hatch Grand Prix. Coming on to start the final lap. There's definitely going to be at least one more lap after this race because the timer will not expire before the next lap starts. After that, it will be a case of who you are. So, almost on the final lap now as Ace Killer 15 leads Weiser 3, who leads Diogo Pinto, moving further back. Football 676 number 1 has still got Dan RC 2010 in a BMW Z4 all over the back of him. These two drivers sandwiched in a battle towards the end checkered flag here. Football 676 number 1 not gripping the grip he needs. Heading through the middle sector, Dan RC 2010 pressuring him all over the place. Dies on the inside, Football 676 number 1 makes a mistake. And Dan RC 2010 says, I will have that place, thank you very much. He goes up to 5th place. Diogo Pinto down in 4th place, now struggling for grip as Weiser 3 has dropped him and left him for absolute dead here. And this might put him under threat if Dan RC 2010 can close the gap. Ace Killer 15 tried all he can to get close to the back of Fraser Pants in the BMW M3. Still not sure what happened to Weiser 3, having led so much of the race. But whatever it was, he's down in 3rd place. He'll still get a commendable podium, but he's going to be gutted about the mistake as Ace Killer 15, what an opportunistic pass that was. Diving under both Weiser 3 and Diogo Pinto at the final bend. Magnificent car control. Fraser Pants coming up to start the final lap here. We've got 37 seconds to go. Fraser Pants has got to make sure he's not caught out by the timer here. Not going to the pits. Indeed, he avoids doing it. So we've got the race leader on the final lap here as Ace Killer 15 in the RUF follows behind Weiser 3 in the sister RUF. Diogo Pinto, meanwhile, well, he's going to be a bit too far ahead of Dan RC 2010. So whether he's got grip problems or not, he's going to likely keep 4th place, as Dan RC 2010 is in 5th. But Weiser 3 going a bit wide at Druids there, and that's allowing Ace Killer 15 to pull away from him. And the positions look pretty much set here as the race comes towards a screeching halt. As Fraser Pants leads on the final lap, the 42nd lap here at Brands Hatch has been a completely different race to the Nürburgring, which was long and very much like a chess battle. This has been frenetic and fast-paced driving. Dan RC 2010 has got enough of a gap over Football 67601, you'd think. So it's quite likely that Diogo Pinto is too far ahead of these guys to be under any threat. So he's likely to keep 4th. 3rd place, Weiser 3 is slowing. He's made a mistake. Weiser 3's gone over the inside there. I don't know what happened. And all of a sudden, Diogo Pinto might sniff an opportunity to take a final last-minute podium. But Fraser Pants in the BMW M3 coming towards the final corner. What a performance from Fraser Pants. He's had to work hard for it. He hooks the inside bend, snakes left and right. He's going to be flashing his headlight ablaze. There they are, flashing the lights on the crowd. And he takes victory here at Brands Hatch Grand Prix. Meanwhile, Ace Killer 15 flashing his headlights for a commendable 2nd place and the championship here in the PlayStation 3 GT3 League. Unbelievable, PlayStation 4 even. We've gone back a generation, we've gone that fast. Weiser 3 takes a commendable 3rd place and been disappointed having led so much of the race. He should have got that victory in the Rosier. And then Diogo Pinto, that accident that he had earlier in the race, the 2 crashes were more than enough to take him out of the running. Dan RC 2010 meanwhile in 5th place. Let's go Football 67601 not far behind him, and he's got to hang on here. This is very much the final lap. He can't afford to go slow. He can't afford to hit a curb and make a mistake. This is the last hurrah for Dan RC 2010 before Le Mans. Can he take that 6th place? 5th place? Can he get double figure points? Football 67601. He will be disappointed as they all come into the pits, and that is very much that. Meanwhile, Jamie F430 in the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish is way behind, so is Cobra and DB Kung. All these drivers doing a great opportunity, both Dan RC 2010 and ahead behind them, Football 67601. Now, hang on, what's going on here? They're in the box, so it looks like the race is very much nowhere. But Fraser Pants will be very, very happy indeed. He comes into the pits and that is very much a very memorable first place for him. Age Killer 15 did really well to get back to second, and Wisner 3, commiserations to you. Diogo Pinto in the Aston Martin Vitor Vanquish on his pull-down lap. Done a great job after those 2 incidents. He's just sent a message saying, sorry Dan. I get the feeling that was for that mistake going into Paddock Bend where both drivers went out of the race. Diogo Pinto has picked up the spoils, but Dan RC 2010 does take 5th place at least. Football 67601 down in 7th. Then we've got Jamie F430, who's fought hard to get that 7th place. It wasn't easy for him, but he's made it work. Cobra 75 is in the box, and so is DB Kung. So that is very much that. So that is the victory. Congratulations to Fraser Pants, 43 laps, and it's all been worth it. But all eyes on 2nd place man, Ace Killer 15. He is your PlayStation 4 GT3 champion, barring any steward inquiries. For now, he is your champion. Thank you all very much for watching here tonight. I've been Pete Marcroft, aka Swishbone. This has been the GT3 division. Thank you all very much, and good night.